everyone. We're here with Cobranoid. If you don't know him, you should fucking check him out. I'm jamming the fucking EP, dude, and I'm just like God. I like how it's my cat's fucking nuts. Described as speed doom, because that's fucking what it is.
A cat's nuts speed doom. That's what we're going for.
Yes, yeah,
Hell yeah.
cat's nuts. So what got you guys into music?
Originally,
Yes.
Got a snare drum for Christmas. Yeah, and then I was like, I want a drum set, and so yeah, I got one, and then I've been playing ever since. 10 years old.
legitimately, what made me want to play guitar is the scene in Wayne's World when they go see Alice Cooper play live, and it cuts to their guitar player playing the fucking Mockingbird, doing the Feed My Frankenstein solo, and he just looks rad as shit, and it's like this ripping solo, and I just being a kid just going, that is so fucking cool. And just wanted to play guitar, and then sure shit, got a guitar for Christmas.
You should have said I got a snare drum for Christmas.
And I realized, no.
That is way cooler than my story. I started playing bass guitar in jazz band when I was in middle school.
That's legit.
I know, but it's way cooler than just seeing Alice Cooper and being like, that's awesome.
Well, I was watching Wayne's World.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But I was playing bass guitar in middle school, and I was like second chair, and there was a girl above me who was just like, she was really, really good and really talented, but she was just also kind of an asshole and just kind of like rubbed it in my face. And I said, fuck that. And that summer I got private lessons from a old ass man who was really, really good at bass guitar. And I came back next year and I was better than she was. And she got real pissed, and it was awesome.
Nice.
So, vengeance got me into music, basically.
What better than having a vengeful like mindset, like fuck you, I'm gonna kick your ass. Watch.
Yeah.
Yes. A very jazz band.
See, now when we put it this way, it sounds way cool. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me feel all right.
Yeah.
I play jazz for spite.
I'll fuck you up. Give me some jazz cabbage and I'll fucking do. Well,
signatures.
That's some good shit though. Like there's nothing better than someone who wants to throw whatever they're doing in your face and you come back and go, I mean, you're okay, but I still got you.
Right. And I mean, that's a lesson that like you have to kind of take with you. There's always going to be somebody better than you,
Fuck
you
yeah.
know? And like, I definitely don't live that way anymore. I'm like inspired by people that are better than me, but it's not like I see a band that's like leaps and bounds. Like I see their bass player and I'm like, this fucking guy rips. Like I'm going to destroy him. I'm more like, hell yeah, dude. And I kind of like take a page out of their book, you know?
Yeah.
So,
like Jeff Matz,
destroy
dude.
everybody.
Yeah. I've
Jeff
always been
Matz
a fan of if I saw somebody better than me, though, that made me want to practice, not want to give up on it.
Right. Yeah.
I've always liked the healthy competition that a good scene creates with the bands involved, is where, fuck yeah, there's camaraderie. And I've said this before and I'll fucking say it again. Like I love the bands in Denver and I love the bands we play with and the bands we go see, but you see some bands and you just go, God damn it. And it just kind of lights that fire because you're like, fuck, like where the fuck did that come from? And then that's what it should do though. You should inspire each other, in the right ways.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just like a very calm version of your jazz spite, or a matured version of jazz spite.
Now, do you guys have conversations with those other musicians? Like, hey, dude, how the fuck did you pull that off? Because I think that was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're in a pretty big practice space here, so we know a lot of the guys that practice around us. So
cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic of conversation.
I like
show me that pattern again, motherfucker. What the fuck was that?
I like to pick other people's brains because, like we said, there's always someone better, and there's always people that know shit that you don't. The place that we recorded our album, Crash Pad Studio. Bart McCory, who plays in Messiah of War, Valley of Merida, Pitch of Fate, long list of bands. Like he's been seen for a long time, but he's a go-to for me if I have gear questions, so I love picking people's brains for what knowledge they have, God, he's going. It's weird how useless the internet is for guitar knowledge. Like, why can no one answer this weird question that's in my brain? So then you call Bart, and he'll tell you why it's a dumb idea.
That's why the internet can't answer your fucking question.
Exactly.
Like, oh shit, I have a lot of dumb ideas. I don't know how I'm still alive.
Right.
Whatever. So, how did Cobranoid come to be?
Well, the very, very first idea of Cobranoid is, we'll try to condense this as best as possible. I had moved, I'm Denver born and raised, but I had moved to a small town in southern Colorado, a town called Rocky Ford, and just basically quit drinking. Like, that's what it was. I had a pretty gnarly history with alcohol, and it was running its course with me. Like, I wasn't going to make it too much longer if I continued that avenue. So I moved. Like Kevin knows, it was rough. So I moved burned plenty of bridges, had moved from Denver, moved down there, moved in with some family. My grandparents were great, instrumental in being the one family that like didn't really kind of go, we've had enough. But went out there, quit drinking, and just kind of cocooned myself and started playing guitar again, and knew in my heart of hearts that like I had to get back to Denver and I wanted to play again. I wanted to play in a band again. Kevin we played together in a band called Chingasso before I had left town. And so that was my boy. That was my right-hand man for playing music. And he and I kept in contact throughout my existence out there. And I just started writing music and forming the identity of the songs. And then when I moved back to Denver, Kevin and I got together and just started putting the building blocks, started getting together and writing. And I had written a couple songs out there that were pretty much full songs, and got Kevin playing drums on them. And then we started forming that, and then Kevin knows more about what happened next.
Well, you would send me videos, and I would just send you videos, and it was like a long distance relationship with a musician friend of mine, like. But yeah, I called up Logan. I was like, man, we got this pretty cool project. You want to do some bass on this? And this is right out of COVID. Everything's shut down. Bars aren't showing. There's no shows. Nobody's going out. So yeah, we were coming out of COVID. The few bars that were there trying to just spit venom and take over the Denver scene. Not take over, but just fucking rock the fuck out.
Just exist again, play live. Do what we always did.
What we missed. I was in a Caius tribute band with members from all over the world. So I could record at my house. I had that ability. And during the pandemic, that's what kept me sane, as I was playing Caius cover songs. You can see them on YouTube. With all these members from all over the world. Plug. It was
nice plug.
You like that?
Yeah.
Just
that's cool. Like, where was everybody from?
One dude was in Greece. He played the bass. Bass Finder General. Lucas was in Canada. He's on Red Sun Studios. And then Amira is a private chef for like cruise ships, and like not cruise ships, but private
yachts,
ships and stuff. So she's like jet setting all over the world.
So it's literally all over the world. Right. That was pretty cool.
And then, like I said, and then we got Logan.
Oh yeah, us. My bad.
Then Logan joined.
Yeah, I was their first choice, by the way. And me and Kevin had known each other for a long time. Kevin used to live in this big warehouse here in Denver that was just like kind of a mecca of like local shows and bands and music and skateboarding and all sorts of shit. So my old band had played at this warehouse like many times, and I mean, I always thought Kevin was a dick because he stole all of our stickers and covered his washing machine in them.
They
we
left
had
them, went on
them
tour,
there and
left all
went
their
on tour the
stickers
next
at the
day.
kickoff show.
And then we came
And-
back to get him, and his just washing machine is covered in our stickers.
It
And
was
I
a
just
fourth
like,
year freshman washing machine.
"Oh." But it was really, really fucking funny. But yeah, he hit me up and asked me if I wanted to play some bass, and my other band wasn't doing much at the time because, you know, COVID lockdown. One of my guitar players in my other band, MF Ruckus, lives in Chicago, so we weren't doing shit. So I was like, yeah, I'm literally not doing anything right now. So we met up and we learned a couple covers, and Kyle showed me like some of the first chunks of some of the songs he had written, and it just kind of fit like right away. And you know, I expected us to just like, this was during lockdown, so I expected us to get together and have fun and drink some beers or just like chill and just, you know, pass the time. And then after like the first couple practices, I was like, okay, there's something here, like for sure. So just kept growing from there.
So essentially you went from long distance relationship to a fucking 3-way marriage.
Yes,
Okay.
for real.
Mm,
So
No,
you guys, I
It's a
think,
good marriage, though. These are good
Yeah.
dudes.
well,
I'm in
Yeah, we-
good company here for
we
sure.
we sleep feet to feet like the old people in Willy Wonka and
Oh,
Chocolate
yeah.
Factory, and you know, we have a system.
and it works.
Yeah.
It's gotten you this far. Not like fucking lazy ass Grandpa Joe.
Thank you.
Oh, what a dick.
I was gonna bring him up, but thank you.
Can't do shit, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to the factory, and all of a sudden he's got some fucking energy. It's like, dude,
Oh, dancing around.
He's
we could
dancing and shit. Like
working
what?
and
Is,
buying the family some food
Yeah.
instead of, you know, sharing the soup stone or whatever the fuck they were eating. I don't know. Once I found out this was a podcast, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to talk about some stupid shit.
Yeah.
We have accomplished that.
dude?
We have both.
I totally go right off the fucking rails. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So is it only Kyle that's not drinking and the
I'm creeping up on 2 years sober now, and I was not in the exact same situation, but I was in a kind of alcohol was just kind of like taking over every single thing I did in every aspect of my life. And I kind of figured out pretty quickly that if I didn't do something different, I was either going to die or go to jail. So I told myself I was going to find out how the other side lived, and it's been almost 2 years now, and it's been working out for me. I don't want to like preach sobriety or anything to anybody, but some people fucking need it, and
Yeah.
I want them, so
yeah.
I'm still in style.
It's a band that 1/3 drinks.
yeah, two-thirds sober.
Yeah.
Those drink tickets just go to waste. Otherwise, I mean, what the fuck?
Well, you know, they could go to waste, or never mind. I'm having some probably quagmire thoughts.
They don't. You
I-
don't want to
I-
all give me your
I
tickets.
still,
They
dude, I
don't.
still won't.
They
Give
won't.
I still won't
Yeah.
give them up.
They won't.
dude.
'cause-
I
My-
collect them.
Dude, my raccoon alcoholic brain is still like, I need these. These are my drink tickets.
So like so for you two, right? Like post sobriety, do you feel like it's affected like songwriting and playing?
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. Like before, I mean, I spent very little time practicing or just, you know, writing riffs or just fucking around in my free time. And that's totally changed. And just, I don't know, just like the joy of it, and like actually enjoying doing it, where previously it was just kind of like, this is something fun to do while I'm getting hammered. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually, pour some legit shit into it now.
It's funny what can happen when you're like focused.
For real. And not everybody's like that, but
Right.
2/3 of us are. So it's nice. It's nice to have 2/3 of us like sober focused. Not that you're not focused. We were just talking about how focused you are before you
We
got
were
here,
actually.
Yeah.
We were.
So don't take it
I'll
like
break
that.
out my checklist.
So fuck you. Checklist and side work are like two of my least favorite fucking words in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because you work in the restaurants.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Kevin, do you have like a spreadsheet that tells you where all your other spreadsheets are?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I make lists. I got lists. I got shit that's going on. We're fucking firing on all cylinders right now. So
Yeah, since the album dropped, we kind of like we've gotten, I don't want to like toot our own fucking horn, but there's some eyes on it, and we've gotten some attention, and we were all very excited about it, and we all kind of share the social media responsibilities, and we had to kind of have a conversation and be like, hold on, like we were just kind of like shoving it all out there and sharing every single thing that was being talked about us. And after like one day there was like 4 different like things that got shot out there, and we were like, let's space this out a little bit, because
Give more content.
yeah, your average social media scroller doesn't have that
Attention span.
attention span is what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. That's one of the reasons that I do shorts, right? Because so many people are scrolling through the videos. It's like they see it and I fucking do it too. Just stare at the fucking screen, you know? And then after an hour and a half, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta go do something.
yeah, I'll spend hours down here trying to practice the drums and be like, fuck, played like 2 songs. I gotta go. Damn it. Been on my phone the whole time. Do that too much.
So what kind of comparisons have you guys heard with the EP?
As far as like what it sounds like, or what
Yeah.
when people
Yeah.
are like, you guys remind me of blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never say Speed Doom, damn it. We want them to
Yeah.
say Speed Doom.
They will. Don't
Yeah.
worry. My buddy Joey came to our he's been to a couple of our shows, but he came to our record release show, and afterwards he's a real funny southern dude, and he's like, man, I'm telling you, it's like Black Sabbath and he's like Black Sabbath and Motorhead, man. It's like those two just fucked and had a baby. And I was just like, well, I
That's a
love both
fucking hell of a compliment.
those
Yeah.
bands, but I appreciate it. So that's one thing I've heard. I don't think I wouldn't like consider us like Sabbath worship, but I definitely fucking love Black Sabbath. So.
Yeah.
Sure. I think it's hard for anyone to say they don't love Black Sabbath, at least one era,
Right.
For real.
Yeah, I think more often than not, the comparisons are this band and Motorhead, or
We got a lot of High on Fire.
High on Fire and Motorhead, or this band and High on Fire are probably the most common ones.
So High on Fire for me is like, and it's the vocals that really do it. It just reminds me of Matt's fucking vocals so much.
Well, and with High on Fire, that was a band that I discovered from a really good friend of mine, Stephanie Bastard. When I was in high school, she turned me on to that band, and have just kind of been following them as they've got. I didn't know them from like the beginning, I was too young, but kind of when they were playing smaller band anyway. But they really opened my eyes to a lot of songwriting and guitar technique, and every now and then you hear someone and you see someone that kind of reinvents an instrument in a way, and I think Matt Pike really kind of did that. And you listen to High on Fire, and you're at some point you go, does he ever just fucking stop not writing riffs? Like, holy shit, like it just never ends. And then like I said, when I quit drinking, Matt Pike had kind of come out and said that he had quit drinking. You know, whether he is or isn't is a moot point. You know, to each their own.
Yeah.
For someone who had just come out of a very devastating addiction, knowing that someone you looked up to as a songwriter and a musician was kind of on the same journey for you was, you know, really inspiring. And they were in really heavy rotation. What I was listening to, my mind was kind of coming back to me, and I was relearning the guitar in a way. So a lot of that subconsciously crept into how I was structuring things, you know, and then, you know, kind of realized that I want to pay homage to how much that inspired me, and but not in any way try to mimic that or become a version of that band, you know. But that, I think, inadvertently became a very heavy influence on me in my songwriting, just from what I was listening to, how it inspired me personally and emotionally, to actually getting the nuts and bolts of songs together. You know, it was really inspiring. And then vocally too, is Matt Pike has a very unique, great voice, but very unique. And it kind of made someone who doesn't have the prettiest singing voice go, oh, well, that guy, you know. And then you got Lemmy, and then you got Lemmy, and you're like, oh, okay, like, all right.
Well, and they're all, you know, like I think one thing that HOF does really well is they're all super talented, right? To watch Jeff Matz play too is out of this world. And they're fucking their drummer now, Cody Willis, he is a fucking beast behind the kit. But you know, I think High on Fire obviously isn't Black Sabbath, but you look at the way both of them have influenced bands, and it's obvious, right? There's a lot of influence coming from both of those levels, and it's hard not to have at least a little bit of sound like that, you know.
Right, yeah. And I mean, we definitely have tried not to pigeonhole ourselves, and there was one of the reviews about us just recently said Cobranoid does whatever the fuck it wants, or does whatever the fuck they want. And I was just kind of like, I kind of want to keep that as like our motto, you know. But I would say like those two bands, like if there was like a family tree of Cobranoid, like having those two bands like in our influences is, I'd say it's pretty accurate. And I'd say like those are two heavy hitters as far as like idols and you know, favorite bands go.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Des Kenzel fan myself.
I was waiting for that. I was like, he is just chomping at the bit. The minute I saw it, the moment I saw it.
Des, I don't know. It's just the years of High on Fire that I know.
I get it.
It's all Des Kenzel.
I get it.
Yeah, same thing though, right? Different eras. You know, and every era, like I think especially at a band at that level, each era with different members, it's very specific, right? And you know, when you listen to that drummer, you're like, oh fuck, that's this dude, right? And that's because they're every drummer plays a little bit different, and if you pay attention, you know, right?
For sure.
So what do you guys hope with the release of the EP, 2 weeks ago, so 14 days ago, what do you guys hope happens with it over the next like 12 months?
Get some buzz, tour next year.
I mean, definitely want to tour. Like I said, I don't think any of us are really new to playing or putting out albums or anything like that. For myself, I didn't really expect the buzz that it kind of got. It's fucking rad as shit. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic about all of it. And it kind of comes back to that human condition of not knowing how to accept compliments. You know, like, of course you wanted all that when you wrote the music and you go out and you play in front of people. Like, yes, clearly you're seeking some sort of confirmation and adulation. Like, generally you are. to a degree. But getting the reviews, it's like I've never blushed while reading my phone, and some of those were like, oh, he's talking about my band.
Get flustered.
Oh, jeez.
Flower is a Welton.
But it's I would like to see it land in the hands as someone that goes, let's take you to the next level. Let's see what we can do. And obviously touring is something I really want to do. And I would love to tour with some Denver bands, and kind of bring this scene out,
on the road.
It's a great fucking scene out in Denver. We're lucky to be part of it. And I'd like to see that branch out further, and then especially Cobranoid. I'd like to see that and, see what we can really do with this. We know kind of what we're doing locally, and it's fucking great. We love it. And I want to see where it can go beyond that. And if this album is having the impact that, where people are enjoying it and they're really digging it, I'd like to bring it to a broader audience and hopefully expand that. But, I think it's a pretty commonplace for most bands to want to do that, but touring is high on the agenda with the album coming out and just putting those moving pieces into place.
So what does that look like for you guys? Because I can only assume that everyone has a full-time gig and rent or mortgage or whatever that is. What does touring look like?
10-year-old kid for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky enough to have people in my life that are just like very supportive of me. So it's like I've always known that like if like big tour or big music opportunities present themselves, like I'll make it happen. Like it wouldn't be that big of a shift for me, like I would welcome it pretty quickly. But for me, like coming up in the future, like a friend of mine and I were talking about it recently, and we were talking about how now with social media and how music is spread, like a release of an album is like so quick, like the shelf life of it, like how long you have eyes on it is just a quick little mustard burp. Like it's just very, like it can go away very quickly. So one of my focuses is to write new music and start the follow-up. Like we have a couple songs in chamber, like ready to go, and they just need some fine tuning. But I really just want to focus pretty quickly on album number 2 and getting that out there to have like something to support it, because I'm really stoked on this album, but I honestly am really excited to see what we can do with the next one. So
right on. How about you guys?
Right there with them, as far as touring looks. I'm lucky enough. I've said this for a long time. I will quit my fucking job and just go on the road. Like I would. I don't think my dedication is any necessarily more different. My impulsivity may be different, but I really would. I would drop everything I'm doing and pursue what my passion is. You only get one go around. And your candle burns pretty fucking quick in the grand scheme of things. And I think it'd be absurd for me to go, no, I'm not going to take this opportunity to do the thing that I've wanted to do for a long time because I'd rather go in and do this other thing that I have to do. I understand responsibility. And I understand the importance of having stability, especially being a recovering alcoholic. Absolutely. I understand that greatly. But I also get the fact that I got a pretty awesome second chance, and making the most of that is very important to me. And I would be adamantly regretful if I didn't pursue any opportunity that would award me, the experience of my passions, So like Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's the fucking truth. Life's short, dude. You just gotta fucking go after it. Like that's the fucking reality.
You know,
And it should have been a lot shorter. So
Yeah.
knowing that,
Right.
it's like, oh, cool, I'm still gonna be alive. Like I should do some cool shit with it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've got I could do a couple weeks tour. We're I can't really do more than
I don't think you
that.
need to schedule
But
your tour
my
yet.
yeah, my work is a little more flexible, so I just need to schedule whatever it is, and I can do it. So yeah, with the kid though, you know, I can't really stay away for too long.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. You're a
Kid can always go out on the road with you in the summer.
Yeah, 10 years old. Uh, she could be at an air-conditioned house though here
Yeah.
in Denver as well. So there's people. It takes a village, and I've got pretty big village, so
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's always weird, you know, having kids and doing this. You know, getting out there. I did all that prior to having kids, and now mine are, fuck, how old are they? My daughter will be 18 in November. My son just turned 20. So I'm
They're
like,
fine.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, get the fuck
Turn
out
the
of
heat
here.
on. They're good.
I love them to death. They're both great kids, but I'm
Right.
like, we did our part. Now, like, let's go have some fun. So are you guys looking at getting booking agent to help you like throw a tour together, or do you guys want to do like a DIY tour?
I think it would be smart to do that. It's if you're good, there's the phrase out there. I think it's Hunter Thompson. I could be wrong, because if there's anything worth doing, it's worth doing right. Um, I've just heard him say that. That might not be his phrase. His voice is in my head when I say that. But I think it would be smart to have assistance on that to get the most out of it. You are spending money on gas. You are really putting yourself in a somewhat vulnerable position when you go out and play towns you don't know with crowds that have not heard of you. Online, sure, you have a presence, but you don't have any local credibility. So I think it'd be smart, in my opinion, to look into that avenue. I know locally we work with Amanda Menard and 4130 Management. They've been great locally, helping us out with stuff and kind of, you know, being a backdrop to some of the stuff we do. But moving out from that, I think yeah, it would be smart to possibly pursue that and look into that avenue, just so we can make the most out of it and really not be a disservice to the tour and to anyone that wants to go see us. You know, play the places where it would be most effective, where people could see it, experience it, and enjoy it, as opposed to playing some shack out in Nebraska. You know,
Listen, they don't have shit else to do in Nebraska, so that shack out in Nebraska is fucking rocking.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with the shack in Nebraska.
I'm not shitting on the
but-
shack in Nebraska. I'm just saying.
But
Well-
I mean, when you're spending time and bucks, and you want, the goal is to get your name out there, and you want people to hear your shit, it's not always in the cards to play all the shacks and all the Nebraskas.
Thank you.
No, that is the truth. And the right booking agent could strategically get you guys opening for a larger band and get you a good like guarantee, so it doesn't cost you a bunch to go out on the road.
Right. I guess to answer your question, like, I don't think we're currently like searching for one. Like, I haven't like gotten on the computer and like looked at who could help us with this, but I would say we're open to, you know,
Absolutely.
the resumes, or however we're okay with hearing from people about doing
Right.
it. You know?
It's again that, you know, someone else knows much more about something than we do, and so
Yeah.
why you want to extend that olive branch and go, you know, help us, you know. So we're not that toxically masculine that we can't
Help us.
can't ask for help or
Please.
directions.
You're watching this.
Right now, eating Cheetos. Yes, you.
Oh, you said Cheetos, and I was thinking about you guys, the fucking Dorito commercial where they're like, "Oh, that's the fucking finger cleaner," and yeah,
He's like, licking him through the finger through the hole.
Yeah, the guy's like,
hole.
oh,
I saw that.
like, oh fuck.
I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it was like a finger licking glory hole.
Yeah.
Not be
Funny
sticking my
version.
finger in that hole. Oh wait, it's a dog. That's gross.
Oh no, I'm sober. What's happening?
Oh gee.
Oh shit. Oh
Sober and
fuck.
gross.
So how far into album number 2 are you guys?
Ankle deep, knee deep. I don't know.
And I have several songs written, but it's just you bring them. I bring them to these guys, and I want their ears on it, as opposed to me going, "It's this part for this much, this part, then that part." I have what I hear it as in my head, but I'd like to get it out into the world and have these guys hear it and start woodshedding with it and getting things in place. So I'd say up in here, we're about 3-4 songs in.
Okay.
Reality, well, we're not 3-4 songs in.
And like with the first album dropping, like we're just trying to play a couple spots and like support that. Like we have a couple shows in Oklahoma in October. At the end of October, we're playing Tulsa and Oklahoma City. But I fuck, I forgot where I was going with this. So since we, there is a little bit of buzz about this album and we have some eyes on us, and we've had some people reach out to us and ask us, what our plans are for the rest of the year and what our plans are for the start of next year. And unfortunately, I think a big part of our plan is getting some new music solidified. So I don't think we're going to be able to say yes to everything that we want to be able to say yes to, because we really enjoy playing our songs live, and we really enjoy playing live. We're a super loud band, and I like to think we're a very visual and fun band to go see, but I don't think we're going to get to play live as often as we want to. And that's just kind of
It's the
truth of it.
It's the nature of songwriting sometimes.
I'm gonna say, get rid of that limiting fucking belief right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a firm believer that if an opportunity presents itself and that's what you all want to do, you'll make it fucking happen.
Oh yeah. Like if an opportunity presents itself and I'm not going to if Lemmy comes into town and he's like, hey guys, I really want you to open this show, I'm not going to be like, sorry, dude, we got to work on our songs. But
if Lemmy shows up, like, I think there's going to be a lot of people like, hold on, what the fuck's going on here?
Right. But he would come to us first. So
Kevin has a toy he wants to show you.
But yeah, I mean, the right show comes to town.
Hey guys, will you play my show?
This is the 1/3 that drinks.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Well, so if, like, let's say someone calls you next year, what band would you hope to go out on the road with?
I mean, I think there's a wish list, but I don't think realistically it's going to be like we get to pick, obviously.
I'd love to go. I mean, shit. I'd love to go out on the road with High on Fire, because that's a dream come true to, see that every night. I'd love to go out on the road with Guar.
I'll tell Matt Saturday.
There you go. That'd be a dream, to see that show every night, and watch him do what he does every night, would be phenomenal. And then to, tour. I mean, that's another huge thing. I mean, I would absolutely jump at that opportunity. Guar is another one, just to see that show every night, and experience those crowds in just different cities, different places, and getting yourself out there like that. I'd love that.
Get blood on you every night. That would be rad.
I mean, that's all about it.
Blood and Cum.
Yep. That's the Guar show.
That's the name of the next Cobranoid album, Blood and Cum.
Yes. Blood
Like
and
it.
Cum 2025. What's up? So High on Fire and Guar. Who else do we got out there?
We're opening for Black Tusk, middle of September at
Mhm.
High Dive. So they're fucking rad.
Yep.
Always loved Karma to Burn. You know, if Caius did a reunion tour, I would want to be on the Caius opening list. That's not happening though. So
I really, really love the band Greenleaf. If they came and did a fucking US tour, I would gladly jump on that shit. I don't know. I haven't really made my list of wishes yet, but I think those are all great answers.
Yeah, I think you guys have a pretty solid list there. You know, that's everyone. Most of them fit pretty well. I think Guar is a little bit out there, but it would be a fucking great show to see. Where have you guys played that you really enjoy playing?
Oriental,
I w-
it's a fun room.
generally I like playing just about everywhere. I think everyone's got their nightmare stories of shows that didn't quite go as planned.
Mhm.
I generally have a good time wherever we play because usually we're playing with friends and buddies. But we were lucky enough we opened for Voivod and Prong at the Oriental Theater in Denver. And that was a great show, great crowd, and that was kind of our first big national opening act that we were able to have, and that was a really cool eye opener. But Denver's got a lot of great rooms, a lot of great venues. And so very, very seldom do I not enjoy playing somewhere, you know, or, you know, things happen. We played up in Fort Collins not too long ago and got completely rained out. I mean, just a downpour, scrambling to keep gear from getting flooded type thing. So it's like, did I enjoy that? No, not really. But would I have if I played? Absolutely. So I think circumstantially there's things you don't enjoy, but you know, I love playing HQ, High Dive, the Oriental Theater is always a great room to play. Denver just has a lot of venues that are fun, and I think a lot of them are who you play with and what you make of it.
Most of it is mindset. That's the truth.
Yeah. If you're looking to have a shitty time, you're probably gonna have a shitty time.
It's real easy to find that, isn't it?
Fucking A.
For the first year, this band was a band we played at this place in Denver called the Lion's Lair. I don't want to say pretty frequently, but quite a few times. And it is a very small, very piss smelling shit bar, you know, and I feel like it holds a little place in everybody's heart in Denver that's into like the heavy music scene, you know. So I mean, we haven't played there in a long time, but I would love to throw another just bonkers rager in like a small venue like that.
I think every town's got one of those.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, it's, you know, Lions Lair for what it is. It's also, it's one of those venues where everyone's got their opinions on it, but if it wasn't here, everyone would be bummed out.
Yeah.
And it's got history too. It's been there forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of the places that like if it like a lot of people talk shit about, and then if it was shutting down next week, everybody would be like, it's my favorite bar in the country, man. I fucking love the Lions Lair.
We would rally a GoFundMe. I think we already have for them at least once this year on this since COVID.
Yeah.
A lot of that's going on with venues.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of moving around here of shops. The Mutiny Cafe that we used to play at, the parlay shows, they're been shoved out of the rent. They're moving. Benny Blanco's Pizzeria, they can't fucking afford to stay down in Capitol Hill, someplace that I grew up just eating pizza. It was part of skateboard and music culture in downtown Denver. Those places, Mutiny and Blanco's. But yeah, they're moving out into the suburbs. At least they're not dying off. They just have to move somewhere cheaper.
Yeah, that sucks though. Like I feel like all of the like major cities are seeing a huge increase in rents, you know. I think that was part of the St. Vitus issue,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
A friend of mine, his name's Jeremy. He plays in this band called Pink Mass. He was a big fan of that bar, the St. Vitus bar, and I was kind of keeping up on tabs on that just through his like social media posts, and it sounds just like a very shitty, tragic situation.
Yeah.
Went due to some assholes is what it sounds like.
That I think that's pretty typical. We had a place here that threw a lot of shows, Diamonds, and I don't know what happened. One of the partners, I think, decided like, all right, we're done. They had shows scheduled out for 3 fucking months. Like they had a show, and I don't remember who it was, but it was a big show. And the next day he was like, all right, we're done. That's it. We shut down. Like what?
Oh,
Fuck.
What the fuck is going on? Um, so that sucked. That was kind of a cool place to see shows. God, Cannibal Corpse, Soulfly, you know, a lot of just fucking real heavy hitters come through there. Shit, Scott Weiland played there. I think he played there. Was it the night before he died, or 2 nights before he died? All kinds of. But it's you know to see. I mean, obviously, I think the landscape is always going to change with real estate, right? But we have so much commercial real estate available right now. I don't understand why people are trying to push rents up when you can just go get another fucking place.
Yeah, it's out of control here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Oh.
guys had a crazy boom with fucking weed and everyone wanted to flood your area.
oh yeah, we know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird point of contention to be like just have such a distaste for people moving here, but then we created a situation that absolutely made people want to move here.
Mhm.
You know, so it's that kind of like, yeah, we did it. Shit, what have we done?
Yeah. Yeah, and hindsight, what do we do? You know, what could you have changed, right?
Yeah. If we went back, we'd probably do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for being the forefront because like the rest of the country is fucking doing what they can to follow suit.
I mean, I think we all like the big fuck you to the federal government that it was, you know, to legalize it on the level that we did, and create that. I mean, you know, to realistically create that boom in that industry was it was cool, and it was cool to see happen. I don't know if anyone anticipated the volume in which it would influx people to, you know,
Immediately, like a gold rush.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But you know, it is what we get it. It's not a mystery as to what happened, and you know, there's some ironic humor in that, like we all can't stand it, but we created
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, I'm not one of those people that's like, stop fucking moving here, fucking transplants or whatever the shit they people say. But I also don't like sitting in traffic for 40 minutes when it should have been takes me 15 minutes to get somewhere, you know.
It takes you
But
an hour to get from Denver to Denver.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted was to buy some weed without having to meet some dude in a Burger King parking lot and shit. So I mean, that's all we wanted.
And you still get it faster if you go to the Burger King parking lot.
Yeah. It's got seeds in it though, so
Yeah.
And you get Burger King.
and you get burger.
Get high and your munchies all in one place.
Ugh, Burger King's gross.
You know, I've been on both ends of that though, right? Like I grew up in Detroit, so I watched honestly watched Detroit crumble in the early 90s. So to see everything leave the city and then, you know, I was in Nashville, now I'm in Louisville and both cities. I left Nashville right as it was starting to grow and I'm like in the middle of Louisville and it's fucking it's growing. So I feel like it's always better to be on the growth side of things than the opposite. Because watching some of these, like with Detroit, it was industry that left.
Yeah,
You know, they signed the NAFTA agreement, a bunch of manufacturing jobs left the country, which hundreds of thousands of people were without work over the course of like 6 months. It's like, holy fuck. You know, what do you do when you have something that far or, you know, that fast? And obviously at that rate, crime and everything else goes up, and then they're all
Uh,
fucking scrambling.
one of my older bands came through Detroit on tour like many years ago, and I can't remember the name of the club we played, but just driving in, it was just kind of like a ghost town. Like there wasn't a whole lot around, and we turned a corner onto the street that the venue was at, and there was just a gigantic brawl like right in the middle of the street, just between all these dudes, and we were like, let's go around. And we went around, we got into the venue, and the guy working at the bar was just kind of like, where's your car or where's your van? And we're like, well, it's outside, we were just wondering where to park. He's like, you got to get it behind the building right now. Like he was very told, we had to be very urgent about it because apparently there were people like watching our shit. So it was it wasn't cool. Like just driving into that, it was just kind of like, fuck, it's
Yep.
fucking here. So
It's a lot different now.
yeah.
Obviously things have really turned around, but I mean, there's a bar there, Smalls. Again, they have a lot of, you know, a lot of like, I don't know, mid-level shows, 300 to 500 people. And the last time I went there, didn't matter where the fuck you parked. People are like pulling up and parking on the sidewalk right in front of the fucking venue. Cops would come through it in 3 cars, right? And they wouldn't stop. They fucking flew through. It's like speed limit 30. They're doing like 60 to get through that part of town. Like, oh fuck.
Scary shit.
Yeah, good times. It's all part of it though, right? Where do you guys want to play as a band?
Where?
Yep, like name one place that you're like, this is the
Rock.
one place that we would fucking, oh, that's a good one.
You know, I've lived here my whole life. I've stood on the stage because they open it up to the public.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, I've never played that stage, so that would be the one.
Can you rent it?
I don't know. Sure, with
I'm
enough
sure.
money.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
could. I mean, I think people get married there and shit. So I'm sure you could just like rent it and play. It would be very
Do they?
real expensive, but yeah, I think so.
That's gross.
Yeah.
They're probably from California.
Yeah.
Wish list. I wish I could have played CBGBs.
Yeah, that was another one that fucking lost because of the rent.
Yeah.
I want to play the fucking moon, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, getting this band like off the ground and getting us into other cities in the States is like in my brain like step one, but like taking this band to Europe and just getting on some like big festivals and some of those crazy German circuits would be a good goal of mine.
You now owe us a 6-pack.
Look at him getting all fancy with the knife. Oh shit. That's
Oh, got me that for my birthday, I think it was, or something. Yeah.
it would have been better if it was a knife.
We don't let them bring that to the practice space.
No, they're up.
Are they?
Yeah,
We
they're
need
up there.
you need your fingers.
That's funny. Okay. I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say.
We're good at that too.
Yeah. Yeah. next month, September. I don't know when, but September at some point will be a year sober for me.
That's fucking
Nice.
great, man.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. I think.
You know, it's what you make it and it's what you want out of it. You know,
Yeah.
it's all about whatever your, you know, level of accountability and honesty with yourself is. If it's something you want to keep going, absolutely. If you know you can walk that line of enjoying one and not going overboard, fucking A. Wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of it anyway? Right?
Anymore, I don't know. I mean, I'll drink NA beer because being in a practice space and tasting beer is
This is NA.
extremely. Kevin's are
I don't like the Stella Zero in a fucking in the can. I think it tastes like shit.
Tastes like Stella to me.
I've not had it in a bottle, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a handful of them that I've tried that I'm like, yeah, tastes like skunky shit beer, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. But then there are other ones that it's just kind of like, it's like this should not be. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just not have this. And then the side effect from all this shit is like you drink like 2 or 3 NA beers and you piss like you drank like
Yeah.
10 fucking regular beers.
You're not getting drunk, you're getting bloated.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can only trick your brain for so long.
yeah.
Yeah.
But sure as shit, last call. I'm still like, oh, better get one more of those NA beers.
It's like
It's still there, man. It's still there.
that's fucking funny. It's the truth though. Like last call. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
Means
I better
after
go
this.
get one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Manchurian candidate. They said the fucking keyword that made your brain just go, no, dude.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I'm gonna let you get to practice. I'm looking forward to hearing some more music from you and seeing you on the fucking road.
Fucking
yeah.
A. Can't wait. Thank you so much,
Thanks for
man. We
having us.
Yeah, thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having us, dude.
Hell yeah. Have a nice night, guys.
Right on,
Dude.
brother.
Say it.